over the latest research for our strategies. We have been sitting on the sidelines. We are up on the quarter, up on the year, so about 17.5% on the year and up this quarter. And we paused trading as of last Friday in anticipation of the kind of market environment that we are in right now. And I want to show you this latest strategy. I've been doing research on counter trend strategies for the Nasdaq. I have 5 here. I am looking at adding to the portfolio calculator as well as a new portfolio setup. So this is simply tick chop news, testing all the counter trend strategies out. So I'm going to click on the settings, and the only thing that had changed was the stop loss and profit target. In the S&P, same exact strategy on the S&P. The stop loss is 800 and the profit target is 1400. And so I changed this. I didn't do an optimization. These are a couple of my favorite numbers right now for the current volatility. I just set it to 1200 and 2000. There might be a more optimal setting if you do an optimization. And I kind of have a reset here where we finish here at 11. We have exit at 11, then we finish at 12, and so it can get back in after that. Kind of resets in the middle of the day the way it works. This is with slippage and commission, and so this is a really nice equity curve. Let's take a look here. It's taking a long time to click. Really nice equity curve. I really like this equity curve. And we have $198 average trade profit, $7,000 drawdown, and this is going back 3 years. And I just simply changed the tick chop news. Stop loss and profit target from the E-mini S&P. Here are 4 others. This is the opening chop news from the E-mini S&P. Same exact parameters, no parameter changes yet. And so let's look at the average trade profit, $93, $15,000 drawdown. Not quite as good. Really like the tick chop news more than the opening chop news. Chop 2 news. This one is 82.84. Here is the recent performance summary. This is what I like most about this, is that since April of 2022, it's done really well. In the recent market environment, it's doing really well. On the monthlies, it is doing really well since April, which has been a more challenging time period. So looking for counter trend strategies, this is what we're looking at. There's a lot of different ways you could adjust these strategies. Dynamic tick pullback. This is upward but not great, and so it's a potential candidate. Here is mirror. This is the mirror from the S&P, and using the exact same. This is the S&P. Let me change it to the Nasdaq really quickly. Meant to do that before this video. So it's great on the S&P, not so great on the Nasdaq. Let's look at the parameters and see if we should make some adjustments here. $500 stop loss and $700 profit target. I'm going to change that. So I changed it to 1200 and 1200 on the stop loss and profit target. This is only going back 7 months, but good results here, especially in recent trading. And gap fill 1 is another one. So good results. Not a lot of trades. Let's expand this so we can see the number of trades. So not a lot of trades, but good results. And so mirror is a potential candidate. Gap fill 1 also. I need to add that to this workspace. I'll have to add it in another video right now because I'm not going to load that workspace right now. But this is the latest portfolio calculator as of yesterday. We haven't traded this week, and it's continued into a drawdown. Maximum consecutive winning days has expanded from worst of 8 days down to 10. We've anticipated this. We paused trading, and it's down again today. I'm showing about $1,200, and the winning percentage is at 8.33%. Percentage of winning days in the last 12 at a very low level. Let's see, this is not updated. I'm going to update this really quick. So here it is, taking a big dip in winning percentages. Just a really sloppy market environment, and I'm glad that we chose to sit on the sidelines during this time period because the VIX is really getting compressed and the market is really sloppy. We'll go over more of the market in a minute, but since 2014, for our current portfolio that it's only done this a few other times, and then this is as of yesterday, so it did it again today, and so even lower, the results will be even lower. So let's look at a potential setup that I'm looking at with more counter trend strategies. Keep in mind, this is a $36,000 drawdown, and it would be down $30,000 this month if we had continued to trade it, plus today's losses as well. It's also down on the quarter, and if you go back, going 5 months back, you see plus, it shows plus 34K going back 5 months. And so if you just look at these 3 months, it's minus 10K this quarter, and 4 out of the last 5 months it's been down. And so here is the drawdown curve. Here's what it looks like down at these levels. So pretty extreme market environment, acting what I consider almost broken. The market just acts broken sometimes. It just all of a sudden just completely trades differently than any of the recognizable patterns that we've had. And so we've seen this before though, and we wait it out and we adjust. Here is an update that I'm looking at. So this is as of yesterday. It would have removed four strategies: opening chop ES, opening chop 2 ES, tick count trend dynamic turnaround, tick pullback 2023, although it had a nice winner today, and adding zigzag VSD mean reversion on Nasdaq counter trend strategies, adding VSD divergence, VT, and parabolic VSD on Nasdaq trend strategies, and then some additional Nasdaq counter trend strategies that we looked at, like tick chop news, and potentially 4 or 5 of the others that I highlighted at the beginning of this video. So basically, removing 4, adding these 5, and I don't have these at the beginning of the video that I'm talking about. So just looking at that, this is where it would be as of yesterday. This setup would be at this level, not at a worst case drawdown. So that's one of the positives that I like about this. It adds some additional counter trend strategies, and I'm anxious to get these strategies that I was just talking about at the beginning of the video into the portfolio calculator, seeing where they land on this. And so gap fills have done very well also in the Nasdaq, and so not in the Nasdaq, the S&P. Our gap fill one is one of our top strategies. So I didn't have that prepared for this video, but I will have it soon, and I may put the gap fill one for the Nasdaq in the portfolio calculator, and it could be a few more strategies like 38, and we'd ideally like to get in down here near a worst case drawdown, but not at a worst case drawdown, on a set of strategies that's not too different. We don't want to make sweeping changes. We don't want to just pick the best strategies that have been performing. We want to keep some order in this, is taking trend and counter trend strategies in a run up, strategies in a drawdown. Really, these are really dogs of this portfolio, and I want to cut those and then find strategies that are working and start it in on a drawdown. I want to show you crude oil as well. Before I do, I want to look at this equity curve one more time. I really like equity curves like this, when you make a simple stop loss and profit target change for a different market. And you can see it's up in September. It was up 9,000 in July. These have been challenging months, and this has really performed well, and so could be a potential counter trend strategy for us to trade. And this is the last 3 years. Let's look at crude oil. Here I am in my money management algorithm setup. I'm still working to convert these to 1-minute charts. The thing about algorithmic trading and trading systems, it takes a long time to manage a lot of strategies. It's extremely time consuming, a lot of late nights, and so you see some winners here, some losers. SR counter trend 3, which holds positions overnight, hit some profit targets today. Cobra crude hit it doesn't have a profit target, but it exited at the end of the day, the conservative and aggressive version. And the next market that could really move could potentially be crude oil. You see a crude swing strategy here. I don't really like this old Cobra crude strategy here, although it's sitting on a big winner right now. It's not a great strategy, this strategy down here. And then let's look at the money management algorithm indicator. The last 4 days have been down. You can see down, showed minus 1,090 on Monday. Tuesday was a really rough day, minus 82.40. And then I thought today might be a winning day. The day after the time after CPI could be a profitable time period, but this VIX is really getting crushed. You see minus 28.95, and today minus 1,500. And so you see quite a big long position at the end of the day. In the Nasdaq, 7 strategies were long, just no follow through. There was a 160-point move. From this point, the market moved down. And so here's the tricky part about this type of market, is it's harder to determine. So it makes a move down, and then it makes a move just out from the low point to just past the high point on a reversal. So you see a smooth 160-point move here in about 50 minutes, and it's hard to see this, see it forming when it trades like this. It's quick and it's brief, and there's not a lot of warning that it's about to reverse, and then it's over before you know it, and then it chops. So in a 7-hour trading day, 6 hours are kind of choppy and counter trend. And so the VIX also getting crushed. The VIX is trading less than 12 right now. So less than 12 on the VIX. And here is average entry price. It was down 3,000 today. And so just got in on this move. Money management algorithms got in on this move, but just no follow through. Just chop from this point. So the low point here is the bottom of the chop. So no real extension, no separation from the morning chop and the end of day chop are just right on top of each other. So in a trending market, you'll see it chop and then some extension and then some more chop. And that separation, you get this separation right here. In a counter trend market, you see this chop, and then the trend happens like this, and then some chop right there. And there's no separation in the chop, and it's hard to find that trend because it overlaps the chop. And so that's what you see right here between this and this. And so more counter trend strategies certainly are in order. And so look at how the VIX is just getting crushed from 1460 down to 1280 from yesterday's high point to today's low point. And I want to talk about the Nasdaq specifically. What could happen in the Nasdaq as we go into the fall? And so it's found an interesting pattern, and we struggled during this time period. And these two time periods look similar. And so there's symmetry in the market. I like to look for symmetry. You see this and this are kind of similar, not exactly the same, but very similar. It makes this bottom here, comes up, makes a new low, and then comes up. And as it starts the third quarter starts here, it's kind of sideways for a while. So this is kind of stealth from here to here, but from this point to this point, it trends and then it really breaks out. And then it ends that trend right in here. So from here to here is about almost a 2,000 point move. So about 2,000 points in about 3 months, roughly, in Q2. And Q3 has gone sideways, July, August, September. So very sideways in Q3. But the end of Q3 is forming similar to the end of Q2. So that is similar to this pattern right here. And it just so happens a 2,000 point move would put us at all-time highs. And so there's symmetry to this market. Q2, 2,000 points in 3 months. Q3, sideways for 3 months. And then Q4, could we see Q4 time it so that it ends up near all-time highs on the year for another 2,000 point move from some point. It'd be past the all-time highs at 2,000 points. And if you look at it on a percentage basis, it's a little different. And so 3 months, it would have to have a smaller percentage move to get to all-time highs than it did in Q2 on that same move. So that is what you're looking at. You look at trend, sideways trend, and symmetry in the market time frame. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and then the same roughly the same amount of points, same type of patterns. and so could see a strong rally into Q4. Doesn't make sense fundamentally to me, but I'm just looking at the technicals right now. We just have to focus on the technicals. VIX is getting crushed, and so it favors the bulls, and it favors an uptrend. The trend is up. The market is resilient. Inflation is hotter than expected, and the market won't sell off. It's resilient, and VIX is low. And so that's what we're looking at as we go into the end of the year. As we go into the end of the quarter, we have about 2 weeks and 1 day left of trading for this quarter. And so we continue to do research. We continue to work on these portfolio setups. Will the end of the quarter be choppy? Will we just chop into the end of the year? Or is this the calm? Is this calm similar to this calm before another rip-roaring rally to the end of the year? And so we're getting ready to trade either setup. It's been an extremely trying, choppy period in here, and that is why we're on the sidelines. And that's the benefit that we have of looking at trends in the market and experience that we have in the market, similar to time periods in the past. And so that's what we use. We use our experience. We use the trends in the market to help us get us out of the market and know when to stop trading our strategies and regroup and come into the new quarter with a new set of strategies. I'll be working on getting these strategies that we talked about at the beginning of the video in the portfolio calculator. Tick chop news, opening chop 2 news, dynamic tick pullback, mirror and gap fill 1, all for the Nasdaq. That'll give us 6 more counter trend strategies for the Nasdaq, and looking forward to getting those in the portfolio calculator and giving you another update for our research as we get ready for trading in Q4 2020.
Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.